The real ID.
Oh, the real ID.
The
Yeah, that's coming up
deadline
next.
is coming. It's May 5th right now, Cinco de Mayo. 2 days is May 7th. And this is a hard deadline this time. This is a deadline, Caitlin, that has been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. But there's been insane lines at the downtown supersite to get this thing. And you're 2 days away from either needing a passport or needing this thing to get on a domestic flight. Question A, do you have yours?
No.
Do you have a passport?
Yes, but also I don't really travel. So this is only an issue if you're going to be flying.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the last time I took a flight.
Really?
No.
Is it just a personal preference thing? Or, I mean, I don't want to dig in too much.
I've had like 16 babies in the past like 5 years, so I feel like I'm just kind of anchored at home for sure. Also, the thought of traveling with the kiddos kind of gives me sweats.
It's no bueno. You have to, well, you would probably have to pack 2 car seats?
A second. I'd have to pack my U-Haul.
The worst thing about it is the car seat. You have to bring the car seat in the Uber. You have to check the car seat. You have to load it onto the plane. You got to load it off.
No
put it in
way.
the
Okay, but wait. So this real ID thing.
Yeah.
So it's only a problem if you're flying. What other issues? Maybe the ladies could Google it for us. Like, what other problems could you have if you don't have the real ID? If you get pulled over?
There's a government. Okay, you know when you go to. If you're ever indicted on federal charges, Caitlin, you will need that real ID to go to court. So my understanding is that you need it for domestic flights, and you need it to get into certain government buildings and military
facilities. What about jury duty then?
Maybe. That's a great question. Maybe Jenna and Delaney can look that up for us. But yeah, beginning May 7th, the federal government will require every person 18 years or older to present the real ID compliant state-issued driver's license. I actually want to know from folks here in Chicago what your experience has been like to try to get your hands on this thing. Quick story on my end. I took my stuff in to get my real ID because I'm still without one, and I figured it'd be way easier to just have the real ID rather than having to pack a passport.
You're a jet setter too. I mean, in comparison to me, you know. Okay, so let's hear it. What's the story?
Okay, so I went in there, I had everything, right? At least
you
I thought I had everything. So,
you didn't have your child's birth certificate.
They said pay stub would work for one of the forms of ID that has your social security number on it. And my pay stub had the last 4 digits of my social security number, and they wouldn't take it. So I figured that this would just I read, oh, pay stub works. Here's a pay stub. I didn't look at the pay stub quickly. So you really do have to dot all the I's, cross all the T's to get them. So I'm 0 for 1 in getting my real ID. So I still have to do that. But my strategy at this point is we have seen over the last 2 weeks round the block lines outside the Chicago supersite where they're actually promising like 7 to 10 minute waits. Just for the frenzy, I'm going to use my passport in the short term and just wait for the whole frenzy to die down, and then I'm going to go take another at-bat.
So my question is, this might be a silly question because everybody's lining up. Can you do it online? Because you can renew your license online, so you've got to be there in person.
You got to go in person, and you got to bring the paper document. I actually tried to pivot and be like, hey, well, I can pull it up on my phone with my social security there, and like, ixnay. They said no.
You get 5 seconds. If you don't got your stuff, I never have the
there's a line,
stuff.
and you want to be So my one piece of advice: just make sure you triple check your paper documents before you go in to save yourself an errand.
Bring your whole file cabinet.
That up.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I talked to Kaplan. He got his real ID. He had to take the test again. Did you know that if it's past a certain amount of time, or if your ID expires, you've got to take this test?
The errand I was just telling you about wasn't a total washout because I was there to take the test as well.
Oh, you had to do the test?
Yeah, I didn't study or anything. You can get by on common sense.
Like, what does a red sign mean?
Right, or like it's the old school. It's like they'll show you the shape of the sign, and is that a yield sign? Is that a stop sign? You know, that kind of thing.
And then they test your vision.
Yeah, they test your vision.
And then they quiz you on a million different things.
Yeah, there's 30 questions. There's 30 questions, no cheating.
And don't mess up one question.
Okay.